When you're dealing with situations you guys faced on Saturday when your group's not on the field and their team scores 21 points, their first 28 points, how frustrating is it for your guys to get back out there and keep the kind of mindset they have to have in order to get the job done?
Well, yeah, I mean, football is the ultimate team game, and our guys understand that. I mean, so those things happen that are outside of your control. Our biggest, probably our mantra that we've spent the most time talking about this year is controlling what we can control. And that's in every aspect of your life. You can control your effort, you can control your attitude, you can control your own attention to detail. So for us defensively, that was just, again, the message on Saturday. It was disappointing, sure it was, but we know that everybody on this team is battling and fighting and doing the best that they can do. So at that point it's just our job to take the field and do our part.
Larry said after the game that after watching the film, he figured he would see some positives, and he noted a couple on the offensive end in his presser yesterday. Anything on your end that you saw after watching the film that you felt pretty decent about?
Yeah, I like the way we've started games, and that's really been, for the majority of the year. I think we got stops on their first 4 possessions. That gives us a chance to be in games, and that always does. There was the 2 things that were disappointing was we weren't on good on third down, we're in the red zone. And those are 2 areas that we had been fairly good at, which kept us alive in some of these games over the last couple weeks. So that's something that has to be fixed before this week. But yeah, there were some positives. I mean, when you look at individual plays, and if you break it down like that, certainly within individual plays, there's plays that are good overall. There's guys who play well within a play. It's not all negative. But certainly, obviously, not the result that any of us want.
What sort of progression have you seen from KJ Sales, just kind of as the season progressed?
There's a lot of things that he's doing, well, and one of them is just playing with some energy and some juice, and being competitive out there and trying to make plays on the ball. And there's still a lot that he knows he needs to work on, and he's not a finished product by any stretch, but he's getting some very valuable reps right now. He's doing a very solid job, and we just got to keep building on it.
Are you guys getting close to a point where, because a lot of the goals can't be reached now, that you maybe start slipping some of the younger guys for a series here and there to get them some reps and some stuff on film that could carry over to next year?
In practice, there's obviously you want to develop as many guys as you can. When it comes to the games, though, my only expectation is that we try to put ourselves in the best position to win. So whether those guys are seniors or they're freshmen or whoever the case might be, we're going to try to put ourselves in the best position to play well on defense and win the game. So there's nothing in my mind about building guys for next year. If they earn it during the week, then they'll play, but if they don't, they won't.
Coach, going back to KJ for a second, a lot with his energy, and do you think that's sort of a prerequisite to being a good corner? Is there a certain mindset or kind of swagger that you have to play with?
Yeah, I mean, I think you definitely have to have a lot of confidence to play out there, and you have to have a short memory. How guys always show their emotion, though, is different. MJ is ultimately one of the most confident guys that I've ever been around, but he doesn't play as boisterous as KJ does. So I don't think you have to necessarily show it, but you definitely have to have it.
Good.
I'm good.
Thanks, Coach.
Great.
Thanks.